Nightly greetings, one and all. Monique Tuzon here, homegrown girl, and happy to be bringing you the events and developments breaking late internationally in the 24-hour news cycle. And tonight we begin with China trying to shift the blame for its streak of bad behavior on the high seas toward the Philippine government. First, with a phone call from its top diplomat, Wang Yi, to his counterpart, DFA Chief Enrique Manalo, earlier today, warning him that Manila should tread lightly and carefully in its actions in the disputed waters and maritime territories. DFA Chief Enrique Manalo tried to put a more positive spin on his phone chat this morning with Yi and stressed how both he and Yi agreed on the crucial importance of continuing dialogue to address such issue. Meanwhile, Foreign Ministry spokesperson this afternoon urged the Philippine government with a rather vague message to make the rational choice in the wake of the latest efforts by Manila to challenge Beijing's South China Sea claims. Likewise, Wen Bin expressed China's hopes the Philippine government would stick to a saner and safer choice, stick to the path of getting along with its neighbors and work with China to properly manage and control the current maritime situation. It came out at a very inauspicious and untimely period, the planet in the throes of global pandemic. And though it staggered and hobbled out of the gate due to supply chain impediments and a global chip shortage, Sony's PlayStation 5 gaming console hit its 50 million sold units just in time it took its predecessor, the PS4, to do so. Even better, the electronics titan said the sales of the PS5 is on a strong momentum in an industry whose revenues for this year topped $53 billion. Still, the Sony PS2 remains as the best-selling console with 155 million units sold worldwide, while the PS4 is a respectable second with 117 million sets sold all over the planet. The United States is using all of its power and influence on the world stage to accommodate Israel in its war in the city of Gaza. Still, the United Nations Security Council is deferring a Security Council vote on a resolution to allow more aid to Gaza City, which countries in support of the resolution hope the United States would back up once the roll call begins. VOA's Veronica Balderas Iglesias has more.
The vote on a new resolution to help scale up aid deliveries to the Gaza Strip was again delayed in the United Nations Security Council.
I believe that capitals that have equities in this file are engaging at the highest level of diplomacy to reach a text that will have impact on the ground. Diplomacy takes time.
The United States has vetoed two earlier resolutions calling for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire over concerns it would allow Hamas to regroup. The militants made a surprise terrorist incursion into Israel on October 7, taking more than 240 Israelis and foreigners hostage and killing about 1,200 people.
We hear many countries urging the end to this conflict, which we would all like to see. I hear virtually no one saying, demanding of Hamas that it stop hiding behind civilians, that it lay down its arms, that it surrender. This is over tomorrow if Hamas does that.
But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed the fighting won't stop until Israel's military objectives are achieved.
The
elimination of Hamas, the release of our hostages, and the removal of the threat from Gaza. All Hamas terrorists, from the first to the last, are dead men. They have only two options: surrender or die.
Netanyahu's government, however, is facing increasing pressure from relatives of the more than 100 remaining captives to strike a new deal with Hamas and bring the hostages home. Hamas has set its own conditions for releasing more hostages, including an immediate end to the war. And as of now, a negotiated truce remains elusive. Veronica Balderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
At this juncture, we turn to our colleague Eddie Carta in our Pine City studios for the latest developments and brewing in the Cordilleras. Eddie.
Naibagarabi Pilipinas, simaya at estado iti Cordillera region kas natalged a pagnaedan, pagadalan, pagnegosyoan ken pagtrabahuan. Dayta timpanakkel ti Police Regional Office Cordillera. Manipod January agingga November 2023, bumaba ti crime incidents analista iti Cordillera. Manipod iti nasurok 3,800 a kaso iti 2022, bumaba iti 9.6%. Wenno katukad ti nasurok 3,004 agasot ita atawan. Kadayuan, akaso anilista iti panagtakaw, panagdamas ken panagdangran. Nailista iti kangatwan akaso iti syudad ti Baguio, Benguet ken Kalinga. Iti matmakatawan, nasurok 1,700 a wanted persons ti natiliw ti pulisya.
Ang implication yan is bumaba yung na-record natin na crime incidents as compared to the same period of last year. Meaning, effective yung eradication, yung arrest of wanted persons, yung operations against shabu, and mga patrol namin, mga checkpoints, effective na prevent yung pagdami ng crime incidents sa Cordillera.
Kamayatan na yung palagip ni PRO Cordillera Regional Director, Police Brigadier General David Peredo Jr., kada iti police personnel ken gun holder, asan ngagpaputok iti paltog ti selebrasyon ti Christmas ken New Year. Yun ay unay ni Peredo ay ti Indiscriminate firing ket adaan panusay ti linteg, gapot na babalin ang makadangran kada iti tattao. Makaswan ken nagmulta dagiti police personnel ken gun holder ang mapanagnakan ang naglabsing iti illegal discharge of firearms. Posible ang may balod iti namabulan naging gay namatawan dagiti mapanagnakan a guilty. Mabalin ngagturong dagiti gun holder kada iti licensed shooting range kas ijay camp badudangwa para iti practical shooting ken test iti paltog. Dagiti damdamag manipod ito'y PTV Cordillera siya ni Eddie Carta na imbag Arabi.
And that's a wrap for tonight. We look forward to you joining us again tomorrow night for the event breaking late abroad in the 24-hour news cycle. Also, always keep in mind to work hard, dream big, count your blessings, and turn that frown upside down while you catch a news right here. Monique Tuzon here wishing you a restful night up ahead.